So today we are talking porn. Two questions actually. Do you think porn can save a relationship, a dying relationship, or would you say porn is a form of cheating or infidelity in a relationship? Fidelity Friday is all about relationships and all the fun things that happen in relationships. We just like to have a chat and have an exchange about things that are usually difficult conversations to have, and we want to have fun with these topics while we learn something. Is porn a form of infidelity in a relationship, or do you think pornography can change or save a marriage or a relationship or whatever it is, or do you think it's just a myth? And talking about myths, I'm going to list a few myths of porn, the things that people believe about porn that are not really true. And sometimes these things can be very, very misleading in real life, because porn is literally just living in a fantasy world, in my opinion. And based on extensive studies and over 50 years of research, I'm yet to see any studies that support or that say that the benefits of watching porn or porn addiction outweigh the risks or the downside. I'm still to see, but like I said, we're here to have a chat and we're here to learn something. Fergie says porn is healthy if watched together with a partner. Well, I would say at the end of the day, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and yes, different things work for different people, and we cannot take that away from anybody, and we cannot discount that. However, we're talking about what do you think about porn addiction, and what do you think about a partner keeping their porn addiction away from their significant other? Do you think that is healthy? That is healthy behavior? And would you say that is helpful to the relationship? I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about a few things as we go. Yeah, it's subjective. It's very subjective. It is subjective. But I'm going to talk about the myths, and then we'll see how the conversation goes. First of all, the fact that people think that porn or in sex life is all about gagging. And guys, excuse my French, there's going to be some adult talk today because we are going to just call it as it is. In the porn world, it's normalized. It's believed that every woman likes when a man comes on their face, and every man likes to come on a woman's face, for example. That is not true. Some people don't like that. Some people like that. So whatever works for you, fine. But that is a myth, and that should not be extrapolated. Can I even use that word? I don't know. Into real life, because these are the unrealistic expectations that the adult industry places on the day-to-day life that kind of, to me, affects relationships negatively. And usually, I would say, if you want to get sex education, there are sex therapies, there are books and I don't know, videos or things, sexologists, psychologists, I don't know, that know a lot more about sex than the adult industry. in my opinion, again. And like I'm seeing in the comment section, it's subjective and all of that. And that was the first myth. Like, not every woman wants semen on their face, and not every man wants to pour semen on a woman's face. Let's just get that out of the way. That's the first myth in porn. The second is all women like or love anal sex. So, for instance, if your husband or your partner is asking you for anal sex and you don't want to give it to them because they've probably seen it in a porn movie and they want to use that to, you know, bring it home for you guys to try something, and if the woman is not comfortable, automatically she is called boring and a killjoy and all of that stuff. No, you have to know your partner, you have to know their desires, you have to know their wishes, and you have to understand what, their likes and their dislikes when it comes to sex and sexuality and everything. So the fact that you see in 90% of porn movies, they take the penis right out of the anus and they're sticking it into your mouth to gag you, to choke you, you know, all of those aggressive things, does not mean that everybody likes it and everybody does it. Not every, and I'm not saying that it's just men. The thing is, majority of men watch porn. That is a fact. And that is, that also comes from the physiological aspect of it, you know. Men, especially in their younger years, you know, from puberty to young adults and whatnot, you know, they have testosterone all over the place. So we cannot take that away from them. They want to try things. They want to. It's a lot to do with communication between the couple that I call. That's true. It's a lot to do with communication. That's why I'm saying that but the tendency is that people who are, and I'm talking about people who watch porn a lot, who are almost addicted to porn, and it keeps them in that fantasy world. Porn is some sort of a mirage, or I don't even know how to call it, but it desensitizes you. If you allow me use that word, it desensitizes you, you know, so much that you lose touch with reality. It desensitizes you to real life sex, real life what's this called? Real life sex, and just real life, you know. It makes you think, and it makes your body, it trains your body for high levels of stimulation. So when you don't get that with your partner, it's a problem. So imagine that both of you as partners are not on the same page in that world. That is not going to work. And the connection, when I say it desensitizes you, the connection, the human connection, when in many cases, porn actually, the way it's portrayed, especially in the media, the way the adult industry portrays porn, it's basically objectification. That's the only problem. Like, everything else aside, but the problem that porn poses really is about the objectification of another person. Like, you just reduce this person into a sex toy or sex object or whatever it is, and you want to bring it to real life. Daiko says that's in extreme cases. You would be surprised. It's not in extreme cases. Oh, it's not in, like, for me, like, I've had an experience where I met somebody, like, in my very, very, like, like, my uni days, and he was my boyfriend, and he was asking for very ridiculous things, and you would think that it's something that is not as common or is extreme. It's not extreme. And I later on found out that he was watching a lot. When I say a lot, I mean loads of porn. But these are things that I was not comfortable with. And sometimes it makes you feel like you're not performing, or you're not good enough, or you're just a boring kind of person. There are people out there who can do all of those gymnastics. I'm all for mind-blowing sex. Don't get me wrong. Like, I am all for anything sex, interesting and, you know, lively. But when it comes to porn addiction, it's a whole nother, it's another ball game, to be honest. Anyway, let's talk about the myths and then we'll come back to the comment section. So I've spoken about 2 myths, right? The coming on the face, the gagging, the anal sex, and the fact that women, especially, again, women like to be called bitch, slut, whore. You know, women like the dirty talk and everything. Not everybody likes dirty talk. Not everybody likes to be called a whore during sex. Not everybody likes to be called bitch during sex. Not everybody likes that. So again, you need to know your partner and know who you're dealing with, and you need to be on board. You need to be on the same page for that to happen. And then, what else? And then porn makes people think that for a man to be, you know, manly, for a man to be a sex god or whatever, you have to have a huge penis and an everlasting erection. And I mean, all of these things are myths, to be honest, and they are not real life experiences. Like it affects men in psychologically as well. Like, it makes a man who does not have a big enough penis, or who cannot be erect for so and so long, it makes them feel less of themselves. It really corrodes their confidence. And yeah, Daiko, you have to be giving me the points. You say you don't think these are only from watching porn. No, nothing is only from, like, the thing is, we're talking about porn today. And this, everything I've said so far is statistically proven. And if you prove me or otherwise, or if you, I mean, we are here to learn. So if you have something else to contribute, we are happy to see. But for now, we are talking about things that even people who have been addicted to porn have testified to. There are people that have been so highly stimulated that they cannot even, and they higher your stimulation levels. Like for porn watching, they lower your libido in many cases. These are not extreme cases. These are day to day. The thing is, we minimize porn. Porn is literally in everything. It's not like the proper adult. Yes, the adult movies are there. Yeah, and which, first of all, we have to establish the fact that most men, especially boys, I don't have anything against you, but that's just a fact. They watch porn a lot more than you think. Okay, so, in a case where it's not, which one is not extreme cases? Okay, let me ask you a question, Daiko. Ask yourself this question, if I asked you that, okay, what have you been up to this week, or what are you going to be doing during the weekend? For example, if you ask me, Nancy, what are you going to be doing during the weekend? I'll probably tell you, I'm going to binge on Power or some TV show, you know. I'm going to watch How to Get Away with Murder or something like that. Would I proudly tell you that, oh, by the way, I'm going to watch porn on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 1 hour each, and then I'm going to go about my day's activities? I have not seen anybody who does that. I've not seen anybody who can say in public that they are proud and proudly watching porn. And if you cannot own up to it like that, it means something in your core is telling you that there's a question mark somewhere. That's where my argument comes from. Like, if it's something that your instinct, that your inner self is telling you to hide from the public or to hide from everybody else, isn't that enough evidence that it is something that if you're doing a lot, you should actually have a rethink about it? That's just me thinking again, you know. But like I said, this porn thing is very, very controversial. By the way, there's a website that I would recommend for anybody watching. It's really, really good. It's called Make Love Not Porn. There's quite a bit on that website to learn, and you would be amazed the things that I mean, to be honest, there's just so much that we don't know about, that we take for granted, and there's just a lot of information out there, you know. So it's a page worth checking out. It's really good. It's a good one. But the website is www.makelovenotporn.com. So again, I personally do not think that porn is sex education. It works for some people, it doesn't work for some people, but I personally do not think it's sex education. There are many other ways to have exciting, mind-blowing sex in your relationship without having to resort to porn. But if it works for you, happy days. Another thing that the porn industry has made us to understand is that you can actually just, a woman, as soon as you start touching a woman and sticking your fingers into her kukunana or wherever, she just instantly starts dripping wet and is ready for sex. There's no form of intimacy, there's no form of tenderness, no form of emotional attachment, no form of nothing. It's just, okay, we've met, whether we've met or we've not met, okay, that's us. It's all about sex. And you forget that the adult industry is all about the acting, the cameras, they're focusing the camera on your genitals or on your penis and the vagina or whatever hole that whatever is getting into. I'm not sitting here and I'm not claiming to, I'm not trying to be holier than thou, please. All of us, or most of us, have watched porn. I have watched porn. I watched porn in my puberty years, in my uni years. I watched porn. And I mean, especially when your hormones are all over the place, you want to try things, you want to be like, but to be honest, each time I watched porn, when I watched it, I ended up feeling sick at the end of, like, each time I watch porn, I feel sick, and I'm like, is this how I'm supposed to feel after watching this thing? I don't think so. Like, I actually feel sick, as in wanting to throw up sick. Like, I just have there's a weird feeling, not the excitement that I'm expecting to have after, but that's my personal experience. I don't know about other people's experiences. I'm just sharing my own experience. So please, if I'm talking about porn, don't think that is because I'm trying to be a Sister Mary here. No. Far from it. So back to what I was saying. Oh my God, I hope I've not missed that point. It was an important one. What was I going to say? Anyway, I'll remember when I remember. So guys, this is not a lecture. I need your contributions. Okay, so I was talking about, I was talking about contact. Like, the adult industry has us thinking that sex is nothing to do with attachment. You just see these two people standing very far from each other, or the guy is standing with his hands on his back and he's oh my God. Guys, this is an adult. We're talking adult, so please excuse my French because I'm going to speak a lot of French today. So you see this guy with his hands on his back, fucking the hell out of this girl, and he's not even touching her. Like, no hands allowed, no touching allowed. And then the girl is standing in the weirdest positions that you can ever imagine. Like, some gymnastics is going on, and this guy is just, and the camera is just focused on the penis and the vagina, or the hole, whatever is getting into. And that is what the camera is interested in. And that is what the camera is showing us. That is what we're seeing. I don't know how that can be sexually stimulating to a healthy, I don't know. Anyway, let me not say what I'm not sure of. So I'm going to try and find the right words to use. So, but like I was saying, there are just so many things that don't sit right when it comes to porn and the adult industry and everything else. First of all, it's about male domination. It's about, there's a lot of aggression, like verbal abuse and all of that stuff like going on, 90% of the time, 90% of the porn. Yeah, there are different, they always say there are different genres of porn. That's what they claim. That's what they say, Lee, that there are different genres of porn. But the mildest or whatever it is, there is still that subtle message about, about aggression or about dominating, about, there's still that subtle message. It doesn't have to be. Anyway, but there are different genres, but we're talking about 90%. I think 90% is quite significant and it's worth talking about. So the 10% can be every other genre, but 90% or 9 out of 10 times, that is what is portrayed in porn movies, So I don't know what, like hair pulling, like I have to stick my penis all up to down your throat to the point of whatever it is, I have to do all of those things to tell people that I am the sex, whatever. They are passionate videos. Yes, I'm not saying that they are not passionate videos. We're talking about the majority. Daiko. If we're talking about 90%, it is quite significant. We cannot leave the 90% and we're talking about the 10% of whatever passionate thing that is going on. We are talking about the 90%, which is the problem, which is the elephant in the room. If 90%, if 9 out of 10 times, this is what we are seeing in the adult industry, then there's something that needs to be addressed. Maybe there's a different conversation that we have to be having about porn. I don't know. I'm just going by statistics. I'm not the one, and I'm not going to. I respect people's research because at least I know how hard it is. I know what hard work it is, to do research and come up with, studies to help people make informed decisions, Neuroscientists have actually proven that, what's this called? That porn has the same effects on the brain, on the reward pathway in the brain as drugs. That is a very strong statement. So you don't want to get to a level where you are stimulated to a level where your body is now, your body is now trained to respond only to high doses of stimulation like that. That's not natural. That's not natural. And it makes people, there are young girls out there who have very low self-esteem. There are even young boys who don't trust they don't know what they are about. They don't know, they are not happy with their sexuality. They're not happy with their sexuality because of what they see. And I'm sorry, if somebody is consuming something, there has to be a supplier. Okay? So if I'm a porn addict, for example, I know after this, many people are not going to like me. I'm sorry, guys, but as the statisticians and the researchers and the scientists and, everybody that has done studies on this thing, we are here to learn. Okay, so you have people whose self-esteem, this thing has really played on their self-esteem so much that you don't see people expressing themselves the way they want to express themselves. You find people in relationships accepting things and doing things that they are not supposed to be doing. They are doing things against their will because this is what is supposed to be. This is what an interesting girlfriend or interesting boyfriend or not boring wife or girlfriend, these are the things they are supposed to do. They are supposed to know that anal sex is normal, gagging is normal, slapping and sometimes if you want to have your 50 shades of grey kind of love making or sex, that is completely understandable. People have their fantasies, people have things that they love, but we are talking about the effects. What are the upsides of porn? What are the downsides? I am yet to see studies to prove that porn has more pros than cons when it comes to relationships and the mind and self-esteem and everything. And sometimes the whole porn thing is about validation, it's about domination, it's about acceptance, it's about because many people don't like rejection, so they express themselves in that manner, like, okay, I'm going to have aggressive sex. And we are not saying, again, another study has shown that a lot of the time, sexual aggression is linked to people who are addicted to porn. Do you understand? So you get to, and porn is like a gateway drug. It starts like a joke and then it builds up. And then you end up, you find you have professors, baristas, like you have people in top positions who have lost their jobs, they have lost their families, they are in prison because they've caught porn, child pornography on their computers, on their work laptops and all of those things. How do they start? Like they start like a joke. They start like small fantasies, and then you're like, okay, let's try this, let's try that, and then boom. Nibo say, lie so, Kiki, that shit messes up with one's head. But Nibo, you're agreeing with me. Why are you saying lies? Yeah, porn to some is entertainment. I don't think if your willpower is strong enough to use porn as entertainment. But to be honest, the way the mind works, you cannot watch something today, tomorrow. It's going to desensitize you at some point. You're going to disconnect from reality if you make it a habit. It's just like drugs. Anything that you make a habit ends up, and I've asked a question. I say, are you going to come in public and say, oh yes, I had a beautiful weekend, I was watching porn all weekend? And even people who have been porn addicts, they find it very difficult to actually tell their story and things like that, because it goes hand in glove with shame and guilt. And why would you have all of those feelings if it's something that is that beneficial to humanity and all of that? I don't know. It's just my own question. Yes, people watch porn for entertainment, but and then again, I don't know how I would, at this point in time, I would enjoy like maybe sex scenes with hair pulling and all the beach calling and all the everything. Like, to me, all I see is a lot of aggression, a lot of control, a lot of, I don't know. It's just a lot of disconnection from reality. Like I said, it just feels like, first of all, the fact that in most of those scenes you don't see people. I mean, one of the sweetest and most enjoyable things about sex and love making is the skin on skin contact, skin to skin. Like, your skin has to be touching my skin somehow, you know. We have to, how do I put it? We have to, I mean, there has to be that contact. But porn is telling me otherwise. Porn is telling me that you can be 5 kilometers away from me and I make you come. And another myth about porn is that a woman can orgasm from every position. That is a lie. There has to be some rhythmic pressure on the woman's clitoris to make her come. So all of those things, again, they are misleading. I don't know how, but these are the things that we need to educate ourselves about, to be honest, because and I said something about demand and supply, about the adult industry. If I am here, if I consume, maybe if I like porn, maybe old black women porn or Asian porn or whatever it is, porn. If I like to watch it, if I'm demanding it, then there has to be a supply. Guess what? Guess where it is a fact. We are not even, this one is a fact. Guess where those people or these people in the adult industry come from? There's a lot of sex trafficking going on in the porn industry. I don't even want to go there, because if I start pulling statistics from that one, I will probably start crying. There is a lot of child trafficking, a lot of sex trafficking, a lot of prostitution, a lot of all of that going on in the porn industry, in the adult industry. People don't speak the truth anymore. I did a research and discovered Pornhub. Yeah, it's a third most searched site in the world. So now who them they watch them? That's why you were not here from the beginning, Nibobs. I said most men especially watch porn. That one is a fact. And there is an age group. The older you become, like those things, you just lose interest in some of those things. But when you are at the peak of your testosterone and everything, that's why I explained the physiological aspect of it. That one we cannot take away from anybody. And women watch porn too. I'm not saying that women don't watch porn. I have watched porn and I'm not a man. So women watch porn. But the question is, what do we do with porn? What to do with porn? You know, Daiko, you're saying you disagree. I don't know what you're disagreeing to. Hello, Stacy, I see you. The shaming of the society. What does the society not shame? The society shames pretty much everything. But the thing is, if in your core, if you're doing something and hiding, Mama J, people who watch porn assume that their partners are okay with doing all the weird things they watch in their sexual relation. Thank you. That's what I mean. You've just helped me explain what I was trying to say. Like, they just feel that like when you're so soaked in the thing, when you're so addicted to this thing, you don't see how disconnected you get from reality. Again, I will say it for the nth time. I love mind-blowing sex. Sex is good. Love-making is, you know, I don't know. For the lack of, I don't even know the word to describe. So yes, I'm not sitting here to discourage sex or anything. But what I'm saying, there are tons of disadvantages with watching porn, but like everything else, it has its good sides too. Yes, but I'm talking about I'm just talking about porn in general. That's why I'm saying that we are having an exchange. We are here to learn. We are here to have this conversation and see. But like I said before, I am yet to see where the advantages of porn outweigh the disadvantages. And if the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, I will rest my case. But until then, the disadvantages are far, like, they are astronomical. The difference the difference is so vast that we cannot even start talking. Like, the advantages, the upsides of porn are negligible compared to the downsides. The downsides are quite significant. It can actually wait, let me see. Somebody. People need to learn to speak the truth. Period. Make we watch, then give we feedback. See, Amanda, they work, the watch, give feedback. Daiko, I asked a question in the beginning. How about people who hide and watch porn? Do you know that people have actually divorced their partners for addiction to porn? There are people who actually watch porn so much that they cannot get stimulated by their partners again. So that one too, what are the advantages of that one? Let's digress for a bit. Let's talk about, because first of all, this is where this conversation started. Would you consider porn as a form of cheating in a relationship? I would consider porn as a form of cheating in a relationship to an extent, because binge pornography or binge watching or addiction leads to masturbation and, you know, desensitization and everything that I've said from the beginning, and it exposes you to high levels of stimulation, and you cannot get that stimulation from your partner, because your partner is not a porn star. Your partner is not going to be acting everything, all the things that you're expecting in your head to happen in your relationship. So is that one not detrimental to your relationship? Would that not be considered? Because what is, when you keep masturbating to porn and masturbating to porn, what is left for you to give your partner? That's my own standpoint about the cheating and porn thing. That one, argue that one, may argue with ancestors. I don't already see my own, that's my opinion. But everything else we can discuss. But the one I'm holding on to, this one is cheating. Not cheating. So, like, oh, sorry guys, I'm just pulling your legs. But yeah, anyway, let's see. It's all about communicating. So, Daiko, answer that question. What about partners who hide and watch porn behind their partners' backs, and they cannot satisfy their partners sexually because they are watching too much porn? So, yes, we are here to have a conversation. How the sample size of the studies you are talking about. The sample size, for example, 250 studies were done in hold on, let me give you Manobiki talking way. Let me read it out to you. Sorry guys, this one is numbers, so I'm going to read it from the book. So the sample sizes are large. First of all, I've talked about 90% of people in the of movies in the adult industry. So let me just pull out the statistics. Okay. So a 2012 study shows that out of the content analysis from a 2012 studies shows that in the 250 most popular and best-selling porn movies, 90% of them were found out to be aggressive, abusive, coercive in almost every single movie of those 250. That's just one of the studies. Okay. So, and in most cases, the aggression was on women. And then, where's the one from the University of California, where you were, Daiko? California, where now for they top this thing for movie acting. We'll enter that science now, so today. And we have not even finished. Oh, I'm seeing many points here about my the myths of porn. I'm going to come back there. Okay, so the Journal of American Medical. So I record the one so that we not figure. These are scholarly articles. We are not just Googling anything and picking up numbers. We like to link them to studies, to actual studies, scientific studies, because we don't want to be misleading people as we go. So the Journal of American Medical Association for Psychiatry states that people who regularly watched significant amounts of porn had more trouble getting aroused during actual human-to-human sex. Porn can numb you to stimulation from your partner. Okay. So, Yvonne, this is another, this one is a sexologist, okay? So, you can check the statistics, Daiko, I'm giving them to you. So, Yvonne says, Yvonne Fulbright, I don't know what the pronunciation of her name. She says, when you masturbate to porn, you are basically training your body to rely on such high levels of stimulation, and actual sex becomes wildly disappointing. So, I'll give you more, but we are not here to be calling numbers and statistics. I already, first of all, okay, I've given 3, and I've spoken about the makelovenotporn.com. That's a very, very, very good website to check out. So, let me see. Nibobs, you don't talk about, I don't see for that one, no. You go argue that with your ancestors. I say you only see you hear more. You know hear more, you do it to savon for your hand after watching porn. Man, no, You say, ask them only Bobs. Daiko, after this, we'll go, me and you. Let me be waving, Maddie wave all my way to enter now, so. Okay, well, I need to go over millions of, yes, peer-reviewed, yes, go over millions of peer-reviewed journals for extreme porn watching, for porn, but we are talking about extreme porn watching, we are talking about addiction, we are talking about habits, that's what we are talking about. But we are saying, how does a habit start? If you watch it for 20 minutes today and watch it for 20 minutes tomorrow, by the end of next year, you'll be watching it for 1 hour every day. I don't know, but we are talking about people who use it a lot. Yeah, people use someone without watching porn. Like, oh, no, Mickey, give me headache. You know what I mean. Say, now follow me, bring the savon. Say, all man don't go lost. You guys, I need you guys here. Somebody said something about porn that you people are ignoring. That partners who watch a lot of porn expect the other partner to do unrealistic things and make the other partner feel less of themselves for not meeting up to such outrageous expectations. I never see here answer for that one. Daiko. Answer for that one already. Pelagie says disadvantages depend on the relationship with your partner. I don't know. Again, I'm working with the statistics and people, sorry, statistics, and people who are actually ex-porn addicts, who are actually telling their stories and happily sharing their stories and telling you why porn is a drug and it's an addiction, or it's a form of addiction. That one has not been scientifically proven, but it's just a matter of time before it is proven that it is actually a drug. But there is extensive amounts of studies showing, you know, the things that I've already mentioned. But we are going back to the myths of pornography. Oh my God, it's so sad that this topic is, this Instagram will log us out soon. But okay, I listed, how many points did I give? Like, oh, you were here from the beginning. Oh man, oh, anyway, any point that I repeat, please. Diane says, why would porn be a way of cheating? Porn can be an escape for those who are suffering in their marriages or relationships, which even makes it worse, because if it's an escape for you who are suffering in your marriage or relationship, you should be talking to a therapist or a sex therapist or a sexologist. You should not be watching porn. That is still my opinion. That's my opinion. If you're using, and I said something about porn being a gateway drug. Gateway drug, I mean, all of us, I hope, or I think all of us know what a gateway drug is. So it starts like a joke, and then you find yourself neck deep into the thing. Nibob says, Diane, me, Nibob's the OU color. You want bitter color? Nibob's, no, try me. No, the right thing to say is addictions and other mental like, oh, I better finish this thing that you don't say anything mental, and so my iron sharp for the guys. I hope you're having fun. No, this thing no be this thing. I enjoy the story very badly. But Diane, I hope you understand what I'm saying. Like, if your marriage is, or relationship is in trouble, I don't think porn can help. Porn is going to exacerbate the problem, in my opinion. If your relationship is suffering, the best person to see is, or talk to, is a counselor, a psychologist, a psychotherapist, or a sex therapist. There are lots of sex therapists out there, and I'm still to see one that is, you know, that recommends porn as the first option to healing your sex, or to, you know, sorting out your sex life or your relationship or whatever. Because in a miscommunication be the problem with this thing, master. Miscommunication between couples who have agreed to. I don't ask you some question, you know my answer. What about the couple where one, the height, they watch porn, then they deprive a partner of sex and passion and everything, because you the only dodge that question. You don't answer that question. What about the partner way? How about the porn way? Is it a porn addict has a problem now? If partners are on the same page, fine, do your thing. But some traumatize their partner. That's what we're saying. Some traumatize their partner with disgusting demands, and when you don't fulfill their wishes, then you will be tagged as a boring partner. Thank you very much. That's the thing. Like, if you don't do pineapple upside down today, it means say, you know walk na so no pa. Walk na so. Like, that's why I started with the myths of porn, so that we'll see where we are, like, we see what we are doing, and I was still listing them before I got carried away with something else. But I'll just try and finish up so that we can see, like, women love being, that's another myth, like, women love being called bitch, slut, whore. Not every woman likes to be called a bitch during sex. No, I don't want you fucking me and calling me a whore, a bitch, or something. I don't know. There are many other things that can happen, but that's just me. That doesn't mean that somebody who does not do that is a boring sexual partner. No. You have many things that you can do to make your sex life super. Plus, any relationship that lacks intimacy in the first place, porn will not rescue it, because that's the core of the thing. If there's no intimacy, no passion, that connection between you, then you just, both of you, I don't know, you'll just be acting. Talk to your partner and tell them not to. Exactly. Thank you, Daiko. Talk to your partner and tell them not to talk dirty. But some people will not even take no for an answer. Some people will not take no for an answer for anal sex. So there are some men who want to have anal sex with their women, or with their partners or their wives, and the women are not comfortable with that. But they have to do it because that's what their partner wants. So most women will tell you their real names during sex. So you can't say they don't like being called names. Most women would, Mom, I don't understand that point. You gave an expansion on that point. I don't understand. The argument will stay. I watch porn to enhance my mathematics level, and I teach my partner so we both can have a blast when we get down and dirty. I am not saying, that's why I'm saying that, any Bobs. I am yet to see the advantages outweigh the disadvantages of porn. I'm not saying that porn does not have its own advantages. Don't misquote me and don't get me wrong. We have already established that one. And we have already said anything that works for you and your partner, good and fine. But we are just saying that it should not be what's this called? A go-to for when your relationship is already suffering. That will not. I don't know how porn is a getaway for when your relationship is in trouble. Most women love to be treated with respect and care, even during sexual intimacy. They want to feel loved, not sexual performance. But now everybody wants to be Christian Grey and Anastasia. So let's get the thing. You are mostly talking about extreme cases. You guys keep saying I'm mostly talking about extreme cases. Tell me the cases that are not extreme. Tell me the ones that are okay. That's why I'm saying that I don't bring my statistics. I don't put my this in them. But when I the only to say I'm mostly talking about extreme cases. So now which cases again? If I don't hear you talk about cocaine or marijuana or marijuana or whatever they call them, or cannabis or this thing. Of course, you and I know we are talking about people who consume it regularly. So I don't understand when you say extreme cases. We are talking about people who consume it so much that it affects their relationships. Why no man will come out? That's the question I asked in the beginning. That if in your core you know that watching porn and being addicted to porn or anything else, that's why addiction in any situation is linked to shame and guilt and everything. I'm not saying, and the society has not helped because these things are stigmatized. Don't get me wrong, but if in your core as a human. I know say all man you have a conscience. So if you feel shit down with your conscience, you talk say you feel clearly come out today, can tell me say what were you up to this weekend, and you come and tell me, oh, I was watching porn. Yes, I was watching porn with my friends and we had a great time. If you know if stand for my front talk, so it means it's some small question mark day. So now the question the first start. We will all talk on it. No, people are actually expressing that. Daikodi express itself. Nibobs express itself. Many people are talking for and against. People have been talking here. Nobody is hiding anything. Nobody. First of all, it is a fact that most men watch porn. That one, we need to go and go look at. So even if some man talk for here or you know talk, we already know that one because the fact be established. The fact be established. But Daiko, you cannot be talking about shaming because they shame literally everything. They shame postpartum depression, all that in the way a very normal and natural process them. So no way, no they know shame thing like porn or prostitution or whatever it is, you know, that is a little bit on the other side. You understand what I talk now? So that one self no be even some. Not even the elephant that for room. We'll be talking about it depends. I prefer to be treated with respect. Everyone is entitled. That's the thing. Hi, Stacy. Welcome. Yes, people. That's what I was talking about. The assumptions, first of all, that the adult industry gives or what the adult industry makes people believe. All of those things, most of them are not true. The fact that all women like semen on their face, the fact that all men like to spray their semen on women's faces, the fact that everybody likes to be rubbed in saliva, the fact that, please, I'm not saying, I need the tongue that say, oh, that's in the anya on our way, because at the end of the day, nobody knows what happens behind my doors, you know, in terms of how my sex life is. But I'm just saying, I'm just bringing out some of the myths and some of the things that we should not try to universalize when it comes to our sex lives. Like, there are people who would like this and there are people who would not like this, but you have to know what your partner wants before it turns into aggression and abuse and all of those things. That was even the angle I was coming from, because in the adult industry there's a lot of that. There's a lot of aggression, there's a lot of abuse, that's verbally, physically. There is a lot of they call that in a sweetie subordination or naweti, you know, domination and overpowering and all of that. That is how the adult industry is structured. And that's why I was saying that you can have the little bit of the upsides, but the downsides are enormous. The fact that it promotes human trafficking, the fact that it promotes, I don't personally think it's an industry that I would be endorsing, just for the mere fact that it is linked to human trafficking, that it is linked to me sitting one day and thinking that one of my little cousins has found herself in that industry through very, very cruel methods. That's my own angle even. That's my own thing. The fact that there is social death from prostitution linked to that industry and everything around it. That's my own thing. That's my own angle. That's the angle that I was trying to come from today. But I'm happy that we are having this conversation. I'm happy that we have had this conversation, and I'm happy that we are able to, share our opinions and all of that. But again, I speak for myself. I cannot speak for anybody. Whatever works for anybody, it's absolutely fine. But as at now, the statistics, the numbers are not for the fact that porn has really helped the society that much. The numbers are not in favor of porn. That's the truth. Porn promotes unrealistic expectations from sex life. Yes, that one, we have said that one quite extensively. Anyway, I was talking about actually I've said almost everything in, let's see, all the myths. Yeah, that men love coming on women's faces. That's a lie, because not all men like to come on their faces, and not all women like to their faces to be come on. Oh, women have no hair down there, you know. Every woman has to shave to the, you know, to the T. You have to be as bald down there as possible. Not every woman likes to shave, and not every man likes a shaved woman. That's another myth from the porn industry, or in the porn industry. Oh, women come all the time in positions where nothing is going on. We've already said that one. That is a fat lie. Again, the risks are higher than the benefits, because your research was centered around the cons. Did you do as much research on the pros? Yes, I did. There was actually an article that I read. I'm going to list down the article. In the article, they were actually the whole of that article was about the pros, but it was still centered around learning something, picking something up to spice up my relationship from here, which is sounding like a broken record as far as I'm concerned. Because again, the fact that I did the research and saw that many pros about this thing, and then with the little research I did, I still saw as many disadvantages of what porn is. So again, it's not about my research, it's about the numbers. It's not about my research, it's about the numbers. If I have carried on, or if I've read 10 articles and 8 articles are telling me one thing, then I might as well go with the 8 articles. Because again, that's what the what's this called? The suggestions that come up when you're looking. It depends on, anyway, like you said, how much studies did I do? I'm not sat here as a sex therapist. No, I'm not, and I'm not taking credit for any sex therapist, but I'm just telling you that extensive studies have shown, and the statistics are there. I'm here. You can prove me wrong by pulling your own statistics and bringing, and then we compare. That's the thing. We compare the studies, and you will come back. This is Ale. Yes, we have to come back for it too. And you give me you give me the solid arguments about the pros. No problem. But as at now, I'm yet to see where the pros outweigh the cons of porn. I don't even want to go into the adolescent or the child section, because that one is a whole nother topic that I want to leave that one out deliberately, because I saw quite a bit on that one as well. But I'm going to leave that out because that's not the, that's not sorry, that's not the center of attraction today. I was trying to link pornography, especially I mean the adult industry, with domination, aggression, sex offense or sex offenders, and child and sex trafficking, which I believe I have kind of communicated. So yes, I know, Daiko, you are a statistician, and I need solid facts backing every point. Me and you, none of me and you do the same this thing. We will do the statistics now. Now me and you, we go, let's go find Dr. Ndip Aquachere there. Oh man, we bring over the table. I'm a statistician. You are frightened with statistician. You will bring that statistician next week. In fact, the topic now we'll continue on next week. We'll bring the statistics, or we'll check this. Nibo, you two, I don't give you assignment, homework. Any man when you watch, you get homework. Pull the statistics. We'll see place where pornography get more advantages than disadvantages to one relationships, society, family life, and everything else. We will see. We'll bring the statistics. We'll put that down. I am more than happy. I'm actually excited. I'm looking forward to it, Daiko. We'll finish with we'll start out. Nivo says something is either good or bad. What does one's conscience tell them about porn? I strongly condemn it. There's nothing good that can come out of it. Nivo says statistics kill you there. The most. He says that this is cute there. I also don't talk about Daiko. Anyway, guys, I'm just messing about because our time is almost up. But this was a fun conversation, man. This was fun. Daiko, after this, I'll send you that article with the pro. And I say, you didn't have done my other phone. I don't know why I don't even like that here. But there's an article, and you know they use Facebook said, like if you see the article, you from this scene about the pros, which one of my friends actually, Stacy, I only see you laughing. I've not heard anything. I've not heard from you, Stacy. Stacy is observing. Let me see if I missed anybody's comment before I go, because I think the thing is